All right, we should be live here. For everyone tuning in, we're going to give people a little bit of time before we get deep into any of the main topics. But I wanted to give a huge thank you and huge shout out to Colin from the Pokey office for making time to hop on for this live market talk. His channel is linked in the description. If you guys want to go check him out, give him a sub, check out all of his content. He also has Rip and Chips and a whole website. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the stream. But once again, huge thanks to Colin. How's it going? I mean, how have you been lately as far as just everything in general?
Yeah, today I'm a little under the weather, so I apologize in advance, but I'll do my best to be up and energetic. In the grand scheme of things, I'm doing really good. It's been a busy season of my life. We'll probably dive into it a little later, but I went through some burnout over the last couple months. Like I had been
Okay.
going pretty hard at work and then doing YouTube stuff and trying to build the Pokemon business and doing some other things for 2.5 years. And I was really starting to notice it, that I was having a hard time making decisions, or like something stupid. Like my wife would ask me, "Hey, what are we going to have for dinner tonight?" And it's like, usually I just am kind of feisty and like, I don't care, whatever you want. But I couldn't even actually make up my head. So I was having a really hard time with that, and the drive to make videos was down and all that kind of stuff. So the last few months, taking a little bit of a step back from YouTube. I'm still posting videos, but more on like, hey, I don't need to have one done on Monday at 10 o'clock. I am going to
Mm-hmm.
post when I am feeling inspired. And still growing the business, but taking some time for myself too, like just relaxing, trying to put my phone away, go on a walk, like just get out and be present in life. So, but I'm doing good. That was a long-winded answer. Hopefully I didn't get too deep into anything right off the
No,
bat.
no, that's okay. I mean, that's like, especially, were you posting posting daily?
No, 3 times a week plus the live
Okay.
stream. And then for a
Well,
time when me and Rob were doing our lives,
uh-huh.
that was Tuesday and Friday. And then I was posting 3
Okay.
videos a week
Yeah,
and a
that's a
live stream.
lot.
So basically every day.
So, and then on top of that, we were talking before the stream, but for any of my viewers who don't know, you do work full time as
I do, yeah.
well on top of that. So I definitely understand where the burnout can play a factor. It can be hard because I mean, I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm feeling it, but posting daily, sometimes it can be rough
Yeah.
To do sometimes for sure. So yeah, taking a step back, and plus the hobbies, it's just crazy right now.
It is, it is. Yeah, we were talking about that too. Like I really don't want any of that negative drama to come into my life. There's enough negative stuff
Yeah,
in the world that I don't need Pokemon, the thing that I love, to be negative for me as well. So I try
sure.
and stay away from that.
Mm-hmm.
But then back to what we were just talking about, like now that I have relaxed a little bit, I have this drive. Like not getting enough views on my videos is driving me nuts, and not making a sale is driving me nuts. Like the entrepreneur in me is kind of getting on fire again. So
Nice. Yeah, taking a step back. Yeah, it's good. And then yeah, that's great. You get that fire ignited. I think a lot of people are, especially casuals too, like people who are just getting in. Uh, I don't know if you've seen it on your comments, but you know, a lot of people who I've seen, they're coming in and then instantly being like, I'm out. I'm never coming back, or I'll come back when things cool off because they can't even get product, or whatever they're getting is triple MSRP depending on
yeah,
what they're looking at. So it's very all around the board. It's a little tough right now.
it is. It is. I think it's important to take a step back because we're I'll speak for myself and not you, but you can comment on it as well.
Sure.
Me, I watch a lot of Pokemon content. I've been watching a lot of Pokemon content for years already. I've been on Twitter, on Reddit, on YouTube. Like I'm always just invested in Pokemon with my time. And now that I was telling you, I've started really trying to focus on selling sealed Pokemon product locally here where I live, because lots of the stores can't get any, and I'm fortunate enough that I can get some. And lots of people, they don't watch YouTube, Pokemon YouTube. They don't read Reddit investing channels and look at market updates. It's just straight up like, hey, I'm down to rip some Pokemon cards. So I'm here thinking like the social anxiety of, oh, I hope they don't care about my prices being too high, or I hope they don't think that I'm a scalper. But they never bring that up. Like the people who come to my door just to buy Pokemon are like, hey, it's awesome. You have product. I'm going to keep coming back. I appreciate you. So it's like where I'm in this mini tunnel vision of watching YouTube, feeling all of the negativity, all of the drama, all the people complaining about the prices. I complain about the prices. I don't like the prices at all, one bit. And yet most people who are buying it, like there's a whole world outside of the PokeTube that is just still loving the hobby.
Speaking of love for the hobby, we got the Poke Plumber in the house. Hey, Nick, appreciate you for stopping by. I meant to call you, Nick. Anyways, I'll call you tomorrow probably. But speaking of Nick, sorry if we wanted to change topics here real quick since he brought something up in my mind. But Baby JT was saying feels like I get burned out every 3 months, take a break and get back to it. So everyone take a break from it and it can be nice to take a breath of fresh air. But this is what I want to talk about real quick. We'll just change. We're going to do a little 180.
Crazy.
Fusion Strike. Have you seen Fusion Strike in the last few days?
I have.
$700 a booster box. Man. And I made a video. It was like, a week ago, when Fusion was still at like 500. And I just picked up a booster box, some at 500. And it's like, now it's like the demand. Sword and Shield is where I was putting a lot of my focus currently, just because, so much Scarlet and Violet being so high. Sword and Shield just especially seemed like the safe place. I mean, I don't know what's your take. I mean, little bit different conversation now that Fusion's already at 700 in a few days versus 5. But what's your take on just kind of where Sword and Shield's at now comparatively?
I mean, it's a loaded question because I feel like
yes, it is.
You watch someone like Alpha Investments keep spouting off that Sword and Shield is still so undervalued, and I don't disagree with him whatsoever. Because it's a great era. It brought so many people back into Pokemon. It has alt arts that arguably are the best artwork ever printed in Pokemon. Some people don't think so. Some people do. And it's just banger after banger, starting with, I always like to say battle styles because I actually kind of like the set, but starting with Chilling Rain, the sets are just nonstop, really, really good right until Crown Zenith. If you take out Pokemon Go, right? So it's fun. I mean, the big question for me. Go ahead.
Are you currently adding to any of your Sword and Shield positions like at these prices?
No.
What?
And
sorry, go ahead.
I'm tempted to, but beforehand we were talking about how I'm trying to just spend as much as I can at the distributor to get more product. And so that's where all my money is going right now, trying to actually grow the business. Not I haven't been investing so much, even though it's like I'm investing in myself and in my business, but it feels like no, I can't be spending all the cash that I have right now when I can be buying Scarlet and Violet stuff that actually sells locally and on my live stream.
Sure. Yeah, no, totally. Having distribution, totally different game than what I'm dealing with. Obviously, no distribution access here. But I kind of looked at it of the standpoint of like kind of looking like Evolving Skies can be team up, right? Yeah. Moving forward. I think it's just a matter of time. I don't know if you agree with that.
Box, man. I really do.
Yeah. And so then when you look at if Evolving Skies is your team up, I kind of view it as like the lead blocker pushing the way. And then you have your Lost Origin, your Fusion Strike behind. And like even at 7, I mean, even though, 700 right now is still high, I still think long term, like Fusion Strike is even a great buy, even at 700 for the long term, right? If you're looking for long term product. So that's kind of my approach. But yeah, it's just a matter of time, and things like cooled off for a while, and then it just happened quick, man. It was just like lickety split. So yeah, absolutely wild how fast it's been going. But
I'll tell you one thing. What I have been watching quite a bit. Hey, JT, I really appreciate that. Thank you. I've been watching a lot of alpha investments, and the more I watch him, the more I've like kind of got to know his quirks, and I started really enjoying his content because I didn't love it at the start, but I'm starting to think it's more better.
Yeah,
stupid saying and more better. I'm so dumb.
More of an acquired taste. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
for Rudy. Yeah.
Anyways, he said something like Pokemon is always a staircase. So it's always flat and then just huge gains and then flat, another big jump. And it's true. Like it just keeps happening. So the question I ask myself is Fusion Strike, $700. Is that going to go to $1,400? Is it going to double faster than Paldea Evolved is going to go from 250 to 500? That's the big question. If I was investing right now that I want to try and answer for myself.
Yeah. So looking at it from the doubling perspective.
Yeah. If I'm going for a long-term hold, if I'm going for a collection, like you have way more. Fusion Strike feels like it's a way cooler collectible piece right now because it's $700 instead of Paldea Evolved, which is only 2 years old.
Sure.
But in terms of investment, I don't know. I'm really torn. I've always been one to buy some of everything. I don't try and pretend that I know the answer because I don't.
Yeah, no, of course. The market's it's way too crazy for anybody to say anything for certain. But like for me, like I already have more Scarlet and Violet because it was more available, it was cheaper. So now I'm trying to add to my Sword and Shield position as much as possible, but it's just one of those things. Derek's saying Brilliant Stars is next, which is actually something I did want to talk about. Only 64 boxes listed on TCG Player, and it's like at or near 400 now. Last I checked.
Crazy, man.
For Brilliant Stars. I think lowest listed, there's just like, I don't even know if that 350 sale sold, but then it's at 400 a box for Brilliant. So absolutely crazy. That Charizard, super random, but how do you feel about the alt art Charizard from
Brilliant Stars?
Yeah.
It's
art wise.
I haven't pulled it, so it's a thorn in my side.
Okay.
Kind of my whole like more degenerate goal in life is to pull the alt art of every set. And that one and Giratina from Lost Origin are the two I'm missing.
Okay.
So that's I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I think I stand by that. The hill I will die on is the greatest Charizard artwork we've ever had, in my opinion. Okay. That's the hill I will die on when it comes to Charizard. Just I love it fighting the Venusaur, everything. It's just like chef's kiss for me, right? And art's subjective. People disagree, but it's top tier art for me.
I gotta think about that one.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm also very biased towards like older stuff. Wizards of the Coast era has way more nostalgia for me, right? Like that's obviously, if I had to pick a Charizard, I'm going old school with like what I would pick, but art wise for me, top tier.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I could buy into that.
Yeah.
My favorite Charizard that I've ever pulled is the Paldean Fates one. For some, I'm a real sucker for shiny Pokemon.
Okay. Yeah.
But
totally understandable.
I can see the artwork. The Charizard fighting Venusaur is pretty legit.
Yeah. Right. Doombrion, my man, agreeing 100% right. This is also something that's interesting that we saw with LB Collects is talking in the UK. Brilliant Stars was 175 box 2 weeks ago. And US always is so different. I remember even before like Fusion had its initial run up, like not that long ago. Yep. I saw that it was available in the UK at MSRP for
a long
time. Yep. And it's just crazy how it's so different just between the different areas. It's wild.
Yep.
So I don't know how many people were importing those or can still import stuff from the UK. That might be.
Yeah, it'd be a good
I don't know what that looks like.
Contact in the UK to pick stuff up like that.
Right. Exactly. might be worth it could be worth a trip potentially even. I don't know. But
It could be. I don't
yeah,
know if
I
I have
hadn't
that much deep pockets, but I
right
like it.
right, yeah. Um and they're saying Matt is saying Lost Origin is rare in the UK.
Mhm.
So Lost Origin more expensive, but everything else interesting. Yeah, so that's also something too that I random, but I like doing about these lives is because like I'm so US based and then you're Canada.
Yeah.
And then so it's just interesting to get all the different perspectives on everything.
Yeah, and I think it changes per country. Like you'll watch someone like PokeOz talk about the Australian market, and they're a little different than here. And recently, Canada's been a lot different than the States too, because our dollar is so bad right now. Like it cost me $1.45 to get a US dollar from my money. And then we have the tariffs right now too, which Journey Together and Destined Rivals are affected by. So that is an extra 25%. Like our wholesale price on a booster box literally went up from 133 Canadian to 185.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
so that's just the world we live in. So
yeah, that's rough, man. I'm sorry. That sucks.
Yeah.
Man. Let's see. On a happier note, let's jump around a little bit. Let's jump over to this. This is something I don't know about you. What's your favorite Pokemon?
Charmander, shiny Charmander.
Okay, shiny Charmander. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It took me like 3 years to find one in Pokemon Go, and I just lost my mind when I finally caught one.
Okay, nice.
Hilarious. Yeah, that's Master Chief right there. Yeah.
Pretty neat. We got to talk about Master Chief for a second. She and me are bringing it up. Huge Halo fan here as well. I see a Halo 2 poster in the background as well.
That's a painting my sister painted for me, actually.
Oh, very cool.
I got to show it off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bring it out.
Lighting's not very good in here, but
oh, that is so cool. Dang, it looks great.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Yeah, tell her that we all say that that's amazing. That's like, wow, I wish I could be even a millionth of that artistic. That's so cool. That is awesome. While we're on the topic of your tell us a little bit about what you got going on with all your stuff in the background. I'm just curious since we're bringing it up and we're getting into it because there's a lot going on and I want to know a little bit more about it. Yeah.
Pretty busy.
Yeah, but that's okay.
So we got Master Chief and then some Halo Funkos right there.
Okay.
Those are all Halo ones. The middle one is the Master Chief with active camo. I don't know if you can see that very well. Probably not.
I can't really.
Office characters, Dwight and Kevin. The whole floor area is just a mess of like stuff that I've been ordering from Distro lately.
Okay.
At way too expensive prices. So I got some Lily milk cartons up there, some Paldean Fates booster bundle cases.
Uh-huh.
The shelf behind there, I got some pretty cool Star Wars Funkos. I have all the die-cast ones. I don't know if you've seen those or not.
I have not.
Okay, well.
So yeah, let's do a show and tell. I'm here for it. We got Crypto Cold from Markham, Ontario. Giving a shout out to the fellow Canadian. Pokey Teach. We got Pokey Teach in here. Snack Bread's in here. I don't know if Plumber's still in here.
So there's some of the...
Oh, those are very cool.
So these are like actual heavy die-cast metal.
Oh.
This is the Chase variant of the Darth Vader, so it's just the metallic version. Which is
that's super cool. I like that.
And one more to show you, and then I'll stop geeking out.
Yes, Snack Bread, the best of all time in my opinion.
That's the year from. This was at like actual Star Wars celebrations. It's the Diamond Grogu Funko Pop.
Oh man!
So that's like right as the Mandalorian was coming out. So
that's paid a cool
penny for that one.
Yeah! Wow.
Be there.
So. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Then I got every Sword and Shield booster box back there, every Scarlet and Violet booster box, every Lorcana booster box, every One Piece booster box. That's kind of That's the gamble I'm making, is that if One Piece or Lorcana happens to do anything as good as Pokemon, like having the first edition One Piece blue, I can't even think of what the first set is called right off the top. Romance Dawn with the blue bottom booster box. So I'm hoping that one takes off.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get into One Piece, the TCG, but I haven't yet. I mean, Pokemon's been so expensive and so busy as far as everything goes, but when the live action One Piece came out, I actually hadn't seen the anime. I mean, I tried to start it before, but I kind of bounced off. But watched the live action, and then I've been trying to get caught up on the anime, which is an absolute mission. I'm still only in like the 400s, which is quite a bit of progress, but I'm in the 400s as far as episodes go.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a long ways to go. So, nice. So I actually enjoying the anime thoroughly now. But yeah, I've been wanting to get into the TCG, but just haven't.
I've never watched it.
Oh, really? Okay.
I know nothing about it. Excuse me. I don't like opening Lorcana cards. I think they're really boring. I don't love opening Star Wars cards. I love opening Pokemon cards, and the only thing that's ever come like semi-close, Magic, I don't really care about personally. But One Piece cards have a real flair to them that I really, really like. Like I get really excited to open some One Piece.
Okay. Yeah, it's on my list. It's on my list.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, even Lorcana too. I mean, I do like Disney quite a bit, but just haven't made the transition yet.
That's what's so frustrating is I'm a huge Disney fan, like more so than I should let on. Me and my wife go to Disney every year for our annual trip.
Oh, perfect.
And the cards just don't do it for me, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it is fortunate. It saves me some money.
Maybe because you'd spend a lot, huh?
Yeah.
But Scooper Fresh says, on the real, I just want to say I'm glad to see cards crashing in price. Since I'm not an investor, I'm a collector. What do you guys think of individuals like me thinking that? I hope they can drop more. As far as singles, yeah, I mean, this is something I've talked about recently on the channel, as a lot of the singles price is dropping, and then we'll get Colin's perspective in a second. But typically something we see around near summertime in general. But, if you, I think it's a great time to, for me, I would be waiting. I'm continuing to wait to see how far these singles drop personally, to see how far they go. But it's a great time to look to pick some up in the future, see how far they fall. And if you take a zoom out, these cards are still up massively for the most part. When it comes to Scarlet and Violet, they're up massive on the 6 month, massive on the 1 year. So even though they're down, some 20, 30, nearing 40% more recently, they're up very massively overall. So still maybe a ways to go. But if it was me, I'd wait to. But I like seeing it. And I don't really invest in singles per se. So and kind of for this reason, single market is a more volatile, and sealed is very consistent and very safe from my approach. So that's why, I just, whatever singles I get, these are just in my collection forever, right? I'm not looking to flip these. I mean, I will occasionally sell some stuff on eBay with stuff that I grade, duplicates and whatnot. But anyways, that's my take on it, and we'll see what Colin has to say.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with thinking like that either. I think that there should be, I'm of the opinion that I think there should be some cards that are worth a lot of money, because that's what everyone wants, but there should be lots of cards that you can get for a really reasonable price. And if you're just a collector, find the ones that you like, and full on collection, price doesn't matter, right? It's just what you like. So
also alternate language cards if you're really just wanting to collect just for the art. Japanese, Korean, simplified Chinese, all of those for the, like we were talking about, the Sword and Shield alternate arts. Very affordable in other languages if you just want to have the arts in your collection. So it's once you get into the graded cards too, it's a real slippery slope. So if you could stay happy with just raw copies and stuff, then your collection will grow much bigger, much faster. Let's see. what else? Oh, you mentioned distribution. I wanted to talk about that. As far as how was your journey as far as getting distribution? And then like we kind of talked about before the stream how it's, you're not really getting a ton, but like how has that been? And obviously you're trying to build it up, but like how has that whole process been? Because I know for most people that's the goal, even though it's hard right now. But like, what was your approach to all of that, I guess is what I'm asking.
So starting off, I literally just started YouTube. I've told it before. I started watching PokeRev back in like 2021, I think. And then I was like, oh, I could do that. That sounds fun. I get to open Pokemon cards on YouTube. Clearly not having any of the charisma of PokeRev or anything.
Yeah.
Right. And I had no idea that lots of people were doing it. Like I was very, very naive, but I just started giving it a shot and started finding my own voice online and figuring out what I like talking about and what I like doing and what I don't like doing. And I'm still figuring that out to some extent. Had no plans or ambitions to start a Pokemon business, but that slowly grew over time. I've done a lot of digital marketing and online stuff and affiliate marketing before with some success, so kind of had the background for it. And then my channel just started growing, and I figured, hey, I need to be able to prove to others that I can make sales and that I can actually be a legit business person before I start asking for distribution. So I didn't even give it a sniff. I didn't email anyone. I did nothing until 2.5 years into my YouTube journey. And I was at 13 or 14,000 subscribers at the time. And I just emailed a few times and showed them my YouTube channel and showed them some of the sales that I had been making just based on my channel and based on what I've been buying and selling and grinding. And 2 of them actually reached out. One of them has treated me quite well. There's only 3 main distributors in Canada. Okay. So 2 out of the 3 reached out. So yeah, one I've kind of doubled down with and put almost 100% of my spend with them. The other one wanted me to buy a bunch of Funkos and a bunch of other stuff just to get a little bit, and they still don't allocate me Pokemon. So I fell for that once and was like, I'm spending all this money with you and you're still not even giving me a small allocation. Like they're giving me nothing. They don't respond to my emails. So it's like, I'm not big enough to need multiple distributors right now. So doubling down with the one, and it's been hard. They were very generous to me. I got my account a month before Surging Sparks. So they did allocate me 1 case of booster boxes for Surging Sparks because I was a new account. So they hold some product for new accounts. That's what they told me anyways. So that was cool. And then I just started I log on to their website literally every day. I try not to bug my rep very much. Like we don't talk. I email him occasionally about I'm looking for such and such a product or top loaders. Can you add that to my next order? But other than that, it's not like we have a friendly relationship much because I'm not a big enough account yet. So I just look, hey, there's some stuff. Their stuff is all listed at market price. I'm not getting a good deal on it at all, except for the first allocation. So I was able to build up my allocation enough. I got allocated, I think, 10 booster bundles of Prismatic Evolutions. So that was a yes, right? And then I got allocated 2 booster box cases of Journey Together plus a case of booster bundles. So it's slowly starting to grow. And literally, I'm more broke today than I was when I started because I just keep on spending money, but trying to get more allocation for Destined Rivals and then hopefully lots of allocation for White Flare and Black Bolt because that looks freaking awesome.
Yes. We will talk about that in a second. Let's see. Real quick though. Oh man, I just lost where I was going with that. Oh, as far as your allocations going, do you know what you're getting for Destined Rivals yet?
No, I do not.
Okay. So you don't know that yet. And we're in the month now. It's nearing. So that is interesting. So no Destined Rivals allocations. When you get anything from distribution, are you moving all of that through your rip and ship, or are you pulling for the example with 1 case, right? Are you selling 5 boxes on rip and ship and then keeping 1 sealed, or like are you doing any of that, or how have you been dealing with that?
So definitely always one goes into the collection back there for a new set
Okay.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, not very much in my room and in my back room is not for sale. Like if someone offers me the right price, I'm going to sell it. I'm in the business right
Okay.
now of trying to grow the business and make some money. So
Sure.
anything's for sale, but I'm pretty careful, and I still like, it's actually a really fine line. I was talking to my business partner about it today. I still have that collector and investor mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard sometimes because like, it would feel really good to hold on to these Fusion Strike booster boxes, which I actually just sold 3 of them like 2 months ago for way
Oh,
less than 700.
yeah. Uh-huh.
So, right. Like, but I needed the
Yeah.
cash to move on for something else. So
Sure.
like, it's not a regret, but it's still, I wish I would have still had those because that's looking really, really juicy right now,
Mm-hmm.
So it's a tough mindset to have. But everything's for sale. Most of the sales, this is evolving as we speak right now. So 3 months ago, probably 90% of my sales were through Rip and Ship on my Thursday night live streams. Now it's more like 40% goes to that, and doing a lot of local sales and a lot of
Okay.
Facebook Marketplace and Facebook groups in Canada, and just making connections in and around where I live.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So
Yeah.
you're just adapting. You're
Yeah.
just adapting your sales avenue
Yeah.
a little bit. Okay. Thanks. Well, at least that's cool though too. In person stuff, you get to meet new people.
Yeah, for sure.
And you get to have that personal connection with people. So that has to be a plus as far as that goes.
It's been really fun, actually. Met a lot of cool people. Some people actually, like, we build a relationship and they come by for me more often, and then we actually start texting. Like, it kind of turns into a friendship because we have Pokemon at the
Okay.
center of something that we're have in common. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
How's like the card show scene in Canada as far as like,
Weak
I mean,
where I live.
Okay.
In and around Toronto area, there's quite a bit going on, but they have the population because Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, they got a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Where I live, city of about 100,000. There's another city of about 200,000, 2 hours away, and then Vancouver is 4 hours away. But so, I mean, there's almost nothing going on. There's small ones, but nothing like you'd see out east.
Okay.
Yeah, where are you?
I'm in California.
Okay, so you got lots going on there too, I think, right?
Yeah, we get the Burbank card show, and then obviously Collecticon comes every year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as far as just that, I mean, there's tons of other card shows actually too in California, obviously, but those are the 2 ones I try to go to every year. So
nice.
And from that aspect, it's been nice. I still have to drive like 4 hours to get to those, but you know, California's kind of big, so it makes sense. But yeah, I just go to those for fun. But I was wondering if you were selling any product at shows ever or anything. So that's where I was going with that.
I'm actually vending my first show next weekend, May 17th.
Okay.
So
very cool.
There is one. They're kind of starting to show up. And spoiler alert, I'm like kind of in talks with my family about starting one where I live as well. So kind of hoping for middle of July this year. I'm kind of working on hosting one myself. So
very cool. That would be cool.
Next phase of the business.
Okay, awesome. I like that. I like that. So a little breaking news potentially. A little.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
If you're in the Kamloops area of British Columbia, I mean, hit me up.
Yeah, very cool. I'm saving the black and white talk just for a little bit longer. But I wanted to talk about, since we mentioned Destined Rivals, I wanted to get your thoughts on Destined Rivals as a whole. Because I think people are it's definitely mixed from what I've seen. And specifically, most of that coming from the Team Rocket side being, and I understand why people would be a little disappointed. But for me, I'm still very excited for the set overall. I think people kind of forget about the Heatwave Arena side, which I was a Pokemon Gold kid growing up. So Ho-Oh, like, let's go. I mean, not as nice as like the Silver Tempest Lugia, but you know, Lugia is kind of the GOAT, so I get it. But like, there's so much coming from that side as well, where I was already like, after seeing that, I was like, I'm in, right? Yep. And then you know, with the like the Mewtwo, for example, people have been calling it like a Macy's Day Parade float Mewtwo, and but I personally love the Mewtwo. I think it's great. I like Giovanni in it, actually. But what's your take on just kind of the set as a whole? And you know, maybe I don't know if you want to just talk about like the collector side or the business side or both, or whatever your take is on the set.
I think it's going to be the best set in Scarlet and Violet era, maybe behind White Flare and Black Bolt, or Black Bolt and White Flare, depending on what comes out of that. But just the fact that that has so many illustration rares, I think, is going to be hard to beat.
I know that's going to be crazy.
Destined Rivals, I think it's going to be unstoppable. Ethan's Ho-Oh is my all-time chase of Pokemon cards, like from anything, and I'm not even like a huge Ho-Oh fan. I think it's the best artwork they've ever come out with.
Okay, so, I like it.
Here's my hot take of the evening. I do think people forget about Heatwave Arena, because that card, the Cynthia's Garchomp, absolutely epic. The Misty, Psyduck is really, really cool. The Ethan's Typhlosion illustration rare is absolutely breathtaking. I don't like the Mewtwo one bit. I think it's just like not the artwork that I like.
Understandable.
So most sets, and if you've ever watched my channel before, I am very, very easy to please. As soon as I see something, I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing ever. Right? I didn't have that reaction when I saw the leaks of Gloria Team Rocket. And that's the first time I haven't had like a good reaction to Pokemon in quite a while. But I like I like Moltres. I like the Nidoking. I like the Crobat. Some of the illustration rares or art rares are really, really cool as well. The Mewtwo is just not my favorite style of artwork. I'm not saying it's a bad card, because totally, if I ever end up pulling it, it's going to be my favorite card at the time. Like, I'm just going to love it regardless. I know that about myself. So how do you go wrong? I mean, you have so many nostalgia things about Destined Rivals. You have a Mewtwo. You have huge cards like Garchomp and like Ho-Oh. It's going to be a total banger. So where's the price going to end up? I have no idea, but it's going to, the demand is not dying for Pokemon right now. Yeah, I think it's still growing, and I don't think Destined Rivals is going to disappoint, especially leading into the up and coming stuff.
So you were saying Destined Rivals #1 set of the era, you're putting that ahead of 151?
I think it might have to be, yeah.
Ooh, all right. There might be I might almost agree with you, potentially, but the last time, but I don't know. I had to think about it. But the last time I was truly, truly excited, or not like truly excited, but like very excited, was 151 for this era. Not that I haven't enjoyed a lot of the sets throughout, but you know, it was like 151. I was like, whew, this is amazing. And then I've enjoyed aspects of all the sets coming out. And like Prismatic, I like Prismatic. I'm just not, and I'm just not the biggest Evolution fan, but I like them. I enjoy them. I think they're cool, but there's not like the end all be all for me. So this Destined Rivals is the one for me where I can definitely see that being the case. And like for me too, also, even just like, I would tell you what I was really surprised with was the Crobat. The Crobat card, for me, something about it, it's just like, I don't know, that might end up being potentially what my chase card of the set. I don't know why. The more I see it, I don't know. I love all the Zubats and the Golbat in the background and all of that stuff. It's just, absolutely. I'm really thrilled about it. So I'm hoping prices come down, but hopefully it gets printed for long enough where, you know, it'll be a little bit more affordable. Because that's the other thing, is I do want to actually open some. Which is like kind of a crazy, I want to open it so bad. And so that's been my struggle. The only thing I've gotten at MSRP is a PC ETB, just one. Luckily,
and you kept it
thankfully
sealed,
enough,
right?
I will keep it sealed for Destined Rivals.
Good.
I will. I can't open any PC ETBs.
Yeah.
Could never.
That would make me sad.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm absolutely through the roof for Destined Rivals moving forward. Also just real quick, I got to give a shout out to the Houndoom illustration rare, top tier. I also like Houndoom a lot as well, but that is a masterpiece card. So I'm very excited. I just picked up multiple copies in Japanese, but yeah, I gotta scoop that in English as well. Let's see. We did have a question. I'll try and get to everyone's questions. We'll try and do more at the end, but if you guys have them, feel free to put them in. If we don't get to them, we'll get to them at the end as well. So don't be afraid to keep putting them in if we're not getting to it. LB Collect says bigger questions are, what will they do for the 30th anniversary? Will the new generation flop? I'm so curious for those. I mean, I have no idea what they're going to do for the 30th, but I know that leading into and we're going to talk about the black and white. I know we're waiting, but you go from Destined Rivals, black and white, Scarlet and Violet ends. Then we're going into megas. We're getting megas, promoting the new Z to A Switch 2 hype, new Pokemon game. And then you're going early next year, 30th anniversary. So I have no idea what they're going to do, but I'm very excited for it. Also for the megas, personally, I wasn't I was excited, but not super excited. But then I started looking back more at the older megas, and just really, as far as the cards went, and I was looking at them and going what are they going to do? The new spin that they're going to put on them, which is how top tier the artwork's been across the era. I'm really excited to see what the new mega cards look like, because I like the text coming across, everything about them. I'm really excited for that aspect of what they bring. So, I think the future looks coming across. Good. That's you don't like that? Okay.
Eras.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I like when we have a little bit of contrasting views, because I actually really like that. I think it makes them a little bit more unique.
I'm really hoping they continue with this special illustration rare, kind of real life, seeing Pokemon in their habitat or in their environment. I've just loved Scarlet and Violet era artwork for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I hope that they can bring the old school Mega TCG into this new Scarlet and Violet style. I think it could be really, really fantastic.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see if they keep the text across, and we'll see who's happier, me or you.
Exactly.
That'll be funny to see.
Exactly.
Dubrion says if they really want to take our wallets, just do a full art version of the Neo Lugia for the 30th, like they did the Pikachu for the 25th. That would be sick. I would be definitely on board for that. That'd be amazing. I don't know.
There's still plenty of nostalgia to come out of the closet, I think.
Oh, so much. Yeah, they have such a deep well that they can keep going back to as we keep moving forward. Let's get into we'll just talk about the black and white real quick. We'll bring it up. So we had that English reveal as far as the product goes today. We didn't get pre-orders on Pokemon Center like myself and a lot of other people were theorizing. So potentially tomorrow, at some point this week, I would be willing to bet. But if not tomorrow, they've definitely been keeping us on our toes as far as Pokemon Center drops go. They've been changing times, they've been changing days, mixing things up left and right. But in case you haven't heard, I did make a video on it, and I believe Colin made a video on it as well. We are getting that set is going to be over 800 plus cards by the time it's all said and done, because not only is all 156 Unova Pokemon getting an illustration rare or a special illustration rare, we're also getting Pokeball and Master Ball reverses. How and I'm not the biggest Gen 5 lover by any means, but oh my gosh, did they squeeze so much into one set? Save some of the cool stuff for other sets. What was your initial reaction when you saw that?
I mean, I was shocked just at the illustration rares part of it.
Right?
That's when I made my video, and then now today talking about rainbow Pokeballs and Master Ball patterns. I don't know. Is anyone going to be able to master this set?
Oh,
It's unbelievable, actually.
And a new rarity. They're introducing a new rarity, the black white rare or whatever they're calling it.
Monochromatic black or white design, yeah.
Yes. So who knows how difficult that's going to be to pull. But I mean, what are the pull rates going to be? Because even with extremely generous pull rates, when you factor in the number of illustration rares, what is it going to be for one specific IR? Like, it's going to be insane.
Yeah,
I don't know.
What has it been? Typically, you get 3 illustration rares per booster box lately, I think.
Yeah.
So 1 out of 12 packs, roughly 1 out of 10 or 11 packs,
give or take.
I mean, yeah, so that you were talking about 15 to 1600 packs to open every illustration rare, assuming you're not making any duplicates, which is never the case.
Yep.
Like, yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Were you a big Gen 5 fan?
No, not at all, actually.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's fine. I don't.
Yeah.
Other than the original 151, like that's the nostalgia for me.
Sure.
The rest of it is all just whatever. But I love Pokemon, so all of it's good.
What about Gen 2? Sorry, real quick.
Yeah, a little bit. Like
little Gen 2.
I played the games for sure, but at that time, it's not like I was already over Pokemon cards during Gen 2. So I probably opened a little bit of Neo, but not very much.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Real quick, JT says, "What's your Grail card?"
Depending on if it's one I have or not, I have a Gem Mint 10 Umbreon VMAX from Evolving Skies that I pulled and graded myself, so that's pretty special.
Oh, that's very cool.
And then Holy Grail card that I don't have would probably be the shiny Charizard from Neo. I don't even know what set it's from. Neo Discovery, I think.
Okay. I mean, that's a great Grail card to have for a chase for sure.
Yeah.
I'm in the Shining Gyarados camp.
Okay.
First edition in a 10 is the goal. But
I'm assuming you don't have one.
I do not.
Too bad. Too bad.
Yep. The plan is to get a lower graded copy at some point, and then potentially work my way up the ladder as funds allow. But that's obviously a very, very expensive card.
What's the Grail that you do have right now?
I recently went. It was back in October. I went to Japan, and I told myself I was not allowed to come home until I had the CD promo Charizard, and I got it in a 10. So the CD promo Charizard, because that's the artwork from the Game Boy that was on the box. So that's what I had to have. And luckily I found a store that had it at a fairly reasonable price.
Cool.
So I picked that up already graded in a 10. So that was nice. I was also gonna, if I found a real clean copy that I could potentially grade, I was willing to leave with that as well. But I wasn't allowed to come home unless I had that. All
right.
So currently, and the old school nostalgia hits for me. But I also really like the Lost Origin Giratina. I do have that card in a 10 as well. So for modern, that's probably my current favorite. I really like Shinji Konda as an artist, has really been growing on me. I like the Paldea Magikarp as well. I do not have that card in a 10. Very expensive.
So sad. I pulled that one so early during Paldea Evolved, graded as a 10, and I sold it for 300 Canadian dollars. So at the time I sold it for like 200 USD.
That's wild.
That's a regret.
Hey, we've all been there. Yeah, we've all been there. We would have known if we only would have known, right?
Yeah,
man. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, the Magikarp going wild. It's on my list too, but I don't know if I'll ever get it in 10.
Card.
But yeah, it's so cool. Golf Ball Man says, yeah, Fusion Strike. Just picked it up somewhat recently. It just came in before the big spike. I wish I would have picked up more. I knew to pick up more. I knew to pick up more before, but it's just one of those things where I didn't I didn't think it was going to move up so quickly, and I'll probably continue to buy some even at the current price. But yeah, wish I would have got more Fusion Strike. Huge fan of the set. I do like, I think between the two, not that you were asking, I like LO a little bit more between the two, but I wanted to add some more Fusion to my sealed stuff. So, so black and white. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. Would you place Lost Origin at number 2 in Sword and Shield era?
I do.
So Evolving Skies, Lost Origin, and then Fusion Strike. Is that the correct order?
For me, I totally understand why you would interchange, and put Fusion at 2. I get why people do. I like Gengar and everything as well, but I think that LO, like I said, I like the artwork of the Giratina.
Yeah.
Plus the oh my gosh, I'm blanking on what's it called? The Trainer Gallery has a few other little in there that I like a little bit more.
Okay.
But
I'm going to give you a hot take, but I would place Chilling Reign above Fusion Strike as well.
Chilling Reign. Okay. I can understand why people would do that as well.
Yeah. I don't think very many people do, but it's just one of those stupid call-in takes. So
you like the Blaziken a lot. It ranks high for you.
Blaziken, yeah.
Okay, see that's where I differ. Not that I don't like it, but it's just it's a much lower for me. As far as, so that's why I think it brings the set down for me overall.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, I definitely like Chilling Reign as well. Bolt Up Lee says hello. Trainer Gallery for LO, so that's kind of a little bit where I'm leaning. Evolving Sky, LO, Chilling Reign is my top 3. Agree. A lot of people I know too. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a little bit of preference on art. I think we I don't know how much more there actually is to talk about the black and white set. Going back to that, we pretty much talked about. I mean, we don't have a lot of the cards revealed still. But what do you think, at least of the arts that we have seen of the starters? How are you feeling about like that art direction that they took, and also how do you feel about Superior being the only one that got a special illustration rare?
I think that's the standout for me, is that I don't love that decision. I really liked Paldea Evolved because they gave the starters each that storyline, and with ending with a special illustration rare, and I think that is so brilliantly done. So I would have loved to see that with like Tepig and Oshawott ending with Samurott as a special illustration rare. And I'm blanking on what's Tepig's final evolution. I can't believe I can't think of it right now. Embror?
Embor or Embor.
Embor, yeah. It's a cool looking card. I'm looking at it right now on my screen here. It's a good looking card, and it should be a special illustration rare.
Yeah, it seems a little bit like a miss as far as, I mean, they did it with 151. Obviously, all the starters got same thing. But yeah, like you said with Paldea, I like Fuecoco is my boy when it comes to that, and I like the shopping thing and everything. Like you said, it tells a nice story. Like similar, the Gardevoir from SV Base. I really like what they did with that as well. Yeah. So they're great at doing that, but yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they did them like that, but that part is interesting. But we'll have to see what they left for special illustration rares, because I believe, did the PokeBeach article, I can't remember, I just talked about it earlier today, did they specify the number of special illustration rares?
Each set says more than 5 special illustration rares.
Okay, more than 5. Yeah, that's what
I feel like we've got to assume that at least one of them is going to be a trainer per set, right?
Yes.
That's my guess, but I don't know. So
it says below that, it says 1 special illustration rare supporter card.
Okay, so maybe it is actually just Pokemon for the more than 5.
Yeah.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
Hiram will 100% get one. Yeah, you'd like to think so for sure.
Yeah, you'd think that would make too much sense. But maybe they won't. Maybe they dodge.
I'm going to look up the Unova Pokédex here so I don't miss any. But
yeah. Yeah, that's going to definitely be interesting. I did think as a little random thing that I did like was that hollow pattern, the horizontal pattern of the hollows that they're bringing back, paying homage to the original black and white base set. I think is kind of a cool little thing that a lot of people probably might not even pick up on, but I do think that that's cool as well. Yo, Enzo, how's it going? Appreciate you guys. If anyone has any other questions, feel free to drop them in as we go through topics here. And if we miss it, we'll get to it at the end. We are approaching the hour mark. So a huge thanks to everyone who's stopped by. If you guys are just joining later in the stream, we have Colin from the Poke Office. His channel is linked in the description. So if you want to check it out, throw him a sub, throw him some love, some likes, some comments on some of his videos. He made time out of his busy schedule to come on the stream. So make sure you guys are showing Colin some love. And while you're pulling that up, unless you have any...
So I would love to see the Sandile into Crocodile as like a trio. A trilogy of cards with Crocodile being a special illustration rare. I think that'd be really, really cool. I could see Zoroark getting some more love. Seems to be a really fan favorite Pokemon. And what else is there? I like the Axew, Fracture, and Haxorus line. Like we saw that Fracture in Shrouded Fable, the illustration rare.
Yes, we did.
Kind of cool. I mean, people seem to flock to Dragon Pokemon. Druddigon could be a special illustration rare for sure. Gen 5 is pretty good. It's not even my favorite. Some people that I am seeing in the comments just absolutely love Gen 5. So
yeah, I've seen that. I think it's I saw a lot of being a little bit of the younger than us. How old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay. I'm about to be 34 in June. So I saw a lot of people, they're in their 20s now, and this was like what they were growing up with playing. So that tracks and makes a lot more sense. There's this is probably the best thing ever for them. So super excited for that. Oh yeah.
LB collection.
LB, a lot of us in our early 20s and mid 20s love Gen 5. So like Gen 5's been getting a lot of love in Scarlet and Violet as well. Anyway, so yeah, they've been really hitting that hard. So I am very happy for the Gen 5 fans. So that's super cool. Happy to see that. But yeah, can't wait to see what it holds. I don't know availability. We can talk a little bit. I mean, we're kind of be a little bit of beating a dead horse when it comes to like the topics of like, can they print enough? What is this release going to look like? You know, they've said they're ramping up printing capacity supposedly. It's just one of those things. We don't know what that actually means. I mean,
I don't really buy it, but that's just my hot take. Maybe
it seemed like when they first announced that in January, we talked about this on a few more recent live streams on my channel, but when they made that first announcement in January, it seemed like it was damage control of just being like, hold on guys, it's okay, we're going to print more. But like, how much more can they really print? They have other contracts. They can't just cancel contracts on people. They print. We saw the prismatic cards that came out with the NFL players' names on some of the cards because they just had printed NFL cards before that. So they're printing tons of stuff at the print facility, and so yeah, I don't know what it's going to look like, but you know, hopefully, I don't. People are going to go crazy for the set though. That much we could say for certain, I think.
I can't see Pokemon slowing down anytime soon. I know people want it to. I know people want it to get back to MSRP. I just don't see the light at the end of the tunnel yet. There is a light at the end of the tunnel coming. I don't see it yet, though. I don't think.
It's got to happen at some point. We just don't know when. Yeah. Noah says feels like hit the lottery. I'm snapping Gen 5 Pokemon from previous sets and now this. Yeah, so congratulations to Noah. Big win for you.
You know what would be an awesome special illustration rare is the Gigalith. I think that would be really, really cool. Yeah. You know who like super random. I like Chandelure. I don't know why. I like totally
Chandelure.
Totally fair.
shiny Chandelure sometimes too, because I have that in Pokemon Go. But it's like a weird Pokemon that like I don't feel like is that creative, but I don't know, something about Chandelure just it being weird and silly is one that
That
I
could
kind
be a
of
really cool trilogy.
yeah.
I like
So
it.
yeah, Chandelure could be interesting.
I
And we'll
like
see what
it.
they do with that. Um, let's go back to you for a second, because I did have this is more for this is a question just that I was curious about.
Yeah.
What does your personal collection look like, and like what are you collecting? As far as like you said before, you're willing to sell if the right price comes around. You know, you'll sell whatever. But
Yeah.
like, what is your as far as like your versus your business versus your collection? Like, what's in your collection first off, and then like, is there any items in there that you would never sell? And then like, what's the breakdown between like sealed, singles, slabs, like oh percentage wise, like where does your collection kind of range from? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah. If I have my way, like I'll preface this with saying if times get tough or something like that, I'm
Sure.
willing to sell it all, right? It
Mm-hmm.
is what it is. I don't want to though. So definitely I that's my biggest or my favorite collection is my series of booster boxes back there. So it starts at Sword and Shield base set and goes currently till Journey Together.
Mm-hmm.
And the One Piece and the Lorcana. I think that's just kind of I really enjoy collecting sealed product like that. Other than that, sealed product, everything's for sale. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
In terms of slabs, couple that I wouldn't sell unless it really came down to it. So there's the one that I was
Nice.
telling you about,
Mm-hmm.
and also pulled that one myself and graded it.
Oh, very cool.
That one's cool. Pulled that one myself and graded it. So
Okay.
that one's not for sale. Bought that one because it's my favorite card out of Sword and Shield.
Nice.
So don't want to sell that.
Mm-hmm.
And then questionable, but I do really, really love this card.
Ah, the Bubble Mew. Mm-hmm.
So those are how many? 5 cards that I would
Mm-hmm.
much prefer never to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, though, the chase for me is way more important than the collection. I love the
Uh-huh.
chase. I'm a gambler at heart. Craps is my favorite game at the casino, so I'm always chasing the losing half or like 90% of the time, but winning that 10%. The chase is real, so I love trying to pull the big cards out of sets. So that's where it's at for me.
Okay, so it means way more for you to pull the
Yeah,
card than to buy it outright.
the experience more than
Yeah.
having it is what I love about Pokemon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What
What
about
about
you?
you?
Sorry, real quick. I'll get to me in a
Yeah,
second.
go
Do you
ahead.
do any master sets or anything like that, or just
I tried with Crown Zenith and I just
okay?
found myself getting really bored of it. So no.
Ah, okay.
That being said, last year, Card Party was like the first kind of official Pokemon card event that I'd ever been to.
Okay.
And me and my buddy Josh tried to master set Twilight Masquerade, and I had a great time like in that 3-day span. So I'm actually vending at Card Party this year, so probably won't have the time to do that. But I can see myself really enjoying that chase like
Mm-hmm.
throughout a weekend, but just to do it doesn't really float my boat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
For me, I'm kind of at like 70% plus or minus a little bit is what I have in sealed, which initially started for me. I was losing too much money ripping packs. I was blowing through money. I got back into during like COVID times is when I got back into cards. I got back into Pokemon, like more Pokemon Go, 2016. But I didn't, unfortunately, stupid me. I didn't really get into the cards then, which I really wish I had. But anyways, it is what it is. So sealed is where I started. Shining Gyarados, still my chase, and I was like, I could never justify spending that much money on a card. And so I thought, well, if I start getting sealed product and it goes up in value, then I can sell it and eventually get my Shining Gyarados for a much more affordable price. I mean, still a lot of money, but it feels like less when you put less into it. The thing with that changed for me is I didn't care about the boxes at all. But once I started getting them, I think I have some that I will just keep. I want to keep them sealed, and I like displaying them, and I like actually looking at them, and I didn't think I would. Some of that 70% though is like long-term, more investment type, 5 to 10 plus year. Currently is what I'm looking at for some of that stuff to potentially sell. But then I got into when I was getting in, I was opening and buying everything from all over the place, right? All the new sets and everything. And I got into grading. One of my favorite things is to grade myself. And I like getting the reveals, doing a live reveal, or a few times lately I peaked on the PSA app, unfortunately. I started to get into grading, which has been pretty big as well. I only have one master set that I completed recently, which is 151. I did do a master set of that, and I do enjoy doing the master set. It is a little bit boring. Like you were saying, it's when you're not, it would be more fun to rip and like pull everything. But I ripped a decent amount and then I just filled the gaps. Right. Yeah. And so that part can feel a little bit like, okay, I just bought the card and it's in there. And so I totally understand that aspect, but in an ideal world, I would like to have more master sets, probably not every set by any means, but yeah. I collect a little bit of everything. I have a decent amount of raw cards stacked to but still grade. I got other binders of stuff. So even the bulk, I save all my bulk. I don't know why. I have all my bulk. I have everything that I've ever opened. I keep it all, which is crazy. With the exception of code cards. I did use quite a bit of those, and then I'm not keeping all the code cards. But I can't justify throwing away the bulk. So I got all those cardboard boxes with all the bulk in them, and I'm gonna have to do something with that at some point. So that's probably something I'm gonna get over with at some point. But yeah, I just like collecting, grading, doing a little bit of everything. So that's kind of where I've been at. But
on the master set thing, watching Deep Pocket Monster go to Collecticons and try and find like non-first edition rocket sets, that kind of stuff, I could totally see myself digging into. The chase, it's all about the chase, it's all about the experience for me, always. So I could see myself having a really fun time at an event for the weekend, like trying to find Team Rocket or trying to find Neo Discovery or trying to find like anything like that. It's just when it starts to drag on, that's when I start to lose interest about it.
Sure. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, at LA Collecticon recently, I was looking just for a Dark Gyarados first edition in a 9 or 10, PSA 9, PSA 10. Went and asked every single table at the whole entire show. Nobody had one.
Nothing. Wow.
There was like one raw copy, but it was kind of rough. I couldn't find one in the entire show. Yeah, I thought for sure, well, there'll be a few at the show, at least in some capacity. Nerp. So, but yeah, that was just my one card I was looking for at the show that I couldn't find. Derek Page has a question: better investment, Silver Tempest or Paldea Evolved booster boxes? We'll let you go. We'll let you take this one first.
I don't know.
It's fine. You don't have to commit to a Paldea. Okay. See, this is actually fun. I like having Colin on because we have some similarities, but then we differ. I like Silver Tempest a little bit more. Like I said, I'm a little more biased towards Sword and Shield right now. Not that I don't like Paldea, but I'm personally leaning more Sword and Shield stuff right now. Like I'm trying to gobble up every last Sword and Shield because, I mean, using the example of what Fusion Strike is doing right now and Brilliant Stars, Silver Tempest is going to be on the coattails. It's going to be one of the next ones. So it's just before it gets even more expensive. And then you play the same game of why didn't I pick up Silver Tempest? It was 300. Like we said that the whole time, like, oh, it was on Pokemon Center for MSRP. And then it was only 300 a box. And try and do that. So maybe stay ahead of that one personally. But I do like how they evolved a lot as well. But I'd pick Silver Tempest personally, just where I'm at currently.
I could be convinced of that all day long too. I don't like Silver Tempest that much, to be honest with you. I love the Lugia and I
Yeah,
love the Rayquaza, so the top chase cards are ridiculously awesome. The rest of the set is a little bit underwhelming to me. I
agreed.
mean, even as
I
I'm
would agree
saying
with
this,
that.
I really like the unknown alternate art as well. But
Oh yes, oh, yeah. The unknown is nice, but yeah, it lacks depth for sure. But I think people will chase that. That Lugia is so good that that's
yeah,
kind of all it needs
yeah,
to
that's
at
true.
least be chased,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So yeah.
And you know what? I feel like sometimes I get caught in my own tunnel vision. Like Scarlet and Violet era for so long was such a good investable everything.
Hmm.
Buying Paldea Evolved for 100 or
Right.
120 or 150. So maybe now it might flatline a little bit, but Paldea Evolved is also like right close to 2 years old. So I think it's right on the cusp of, uh-oh, this is about to go bye-bye for good. And so a little backstory, because if you would have asked me any other Scarlet and Violet set, I would have said I would have said Silver Tempest.
Hmm.
On my channel, Rip and Ship, we searched for the Magikarp for like literally months. I opened hundreds of packs and we couldn't pull it. And we finally pulled it, and now people still try and chase it. It's like we go fishing every week for the Magikarp. And
Hmm.
like I am not bored of Paldea Evolved. It's such a good set. It's so fun. It's one of the most fun sets I've ever opened in my life. And I've opened so much of it, and I just do not get bored of it. So there's something about it that I really like.
Yes, very nice, very deep set.
Yeah.
Great arts all the way around. Yeah. Um, let's see. We are. I asked most of the questions that I wanted to ask, so we're definitely going to continue to open up. If any one in the chat has more questions, feel free to put them in now. We have been going for over an hour. So if chat starts to dry up with questions, we'll look to slowly wrap things up.
Yeah,
But did you
y'all
have
hit the like.
anything?
There's only 20 likes and there's 95 of you in here. Do this man a solid, for goodness sakes.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about specifically, or as well? You don't have to,
Yeah.
but I just
No,
mean if
no,
you had
no.
any
Like
topics.
I'm in no rush, so we can stay on as long as people are enjoying their time and as long as you have
Okay.
time. But no, like the news is Black Bolt and White Flare and people going crazy. Me and you, even before this live stream, talked about like the drama just it doesn't do it for me. So I'm trying to really stay away from the Pokemon drama lately, which is hard
Hmm.
to do because I love watching Pokemon content, but there's so much of it. And
Yeah. Yes. There definitely is a lot. There's it it can, you have drama channels, that's all they do, and some of those do really well as far as views go. So yeah, it can be very draining though. Um, it's a lot. It's a lot to handle for what is at the end of the day shiny pieces of cardboard.
yeah,
I do enjoy every once in a while. This is maybe one of my guilty pleasures, and I don't condone this in any way. So people might take this the wrong way, but I do enjoy seeing every once in a while a good scuffle for Pokemon cards. Not that I don't want to see anybody get hurt. So like I see like, but sometimes it's a little entertaining just to see how far people will take it. So anyways, I don't like the violence. Like, I'm not saying I don't want to see people get hurt per se, but sometimes it can be entertaining when it comes to some of that stuff. As far as there's a recent like vending machine standoff and some of that stuff. It's honestly wild what people will do.
oh, it is. It is. And I watched one recently. I think it was yesterday. Actually, I watched one, and a guy is like waiting at Walmart for the MJ Holdings dude to come around, and then the
Oh
MJ
yeah,
Holdings dude just isn't putting any of the stock out. He's like, "Do your damn job!" And it's like, man, get a life. Like this guy is literally just here to stock some shelves, and you are getting upset about it and losing your crap.
yeah.
This is crazy, crazy stuff.
Yeah. I think my favorite one, it was from, I don't know, maybe a month ago, but there was a Costco. I think it was, I don't know if it was a Canada Costco, but there was a fight outside of the store. And there was a dude who ran, like he comes across the screen and like it just is like a jumping kick. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that one, but
I
that
don't
one
know if
was
I did either.
hilarious. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I haven't been to my local Target to try and catch a restock in a minute. Um, it's been brutal for as far as that goes. The few
I
times
actually have,
I've
I
been there.
actually have two talking points for you. So
Okay.
number one would be, have you seen any Pokemon vending machines in your neighborhood?
Nope. I am I'm like halfway small city, halfway in between LA and San Francisco, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're all around like an hour and a half drive would be the closest. So I've never seen one in person. Yeah, just haven't, not yet. So
Okay.
I'm not in a big enough area, I guess.
That's really surprising to me, actually, because so I want to say it's about a 4-hour drive to the US border to get to Bellingham, Washington. I don't know if you've heard of that before.
Yeah. Yes.
Bellingham's like an hour north of Seattle. And there's a little
Yeah.
town right on the border called Linden, Washington. And for the longest time, like we'd have to go all the way into the heart of Seattle to find a Pokemon vending machine. And now in Linden Safeway, there is a Pokemon vending machine. So they are popping up. Like I've seen lots of them. Granted, Washington is the home of Pokemon, so they're probably all around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of those things, but it's a really interesting thing that more and more people are talking about these days. Like there used to only be 20 vending machines across the United States, and now there's like 600 something. There's probably way more than that since I last checked. Well, no wonder 600. Like think about that. They're getting, let's call it 6 booster boxes each. Times 600, like that's 3,600 booster boxes that aren't going to distribution or that aren't going to Walmart or that aren't like they're coming from somewhere. So it's kind of crazy. It's really changing the game.
It's a really smart business business play for Pokemon because they get to sell more product at MSRP instead of offloading it to distribution at a much lower price. So
and they make all of the profit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So they get a lot more money. They obviously have the overhead of the vending machines and everything that they have to. And I don't know how it works with like the location and all of that logistics stuff, but very smart move. I would love to see some around. It would be cool, but I'm here for it. I just haven't not one close enough quite yet. But that's very rapid expansion too. So yeah, I wonder what their goal is, like how many they want.
Yeah,
but
Mimic Brew put me onto that, and I was really intrigued by his premise there, and it's proving to be true. They're popping up all over the place.
Yeah,
Snack Bread says, yeah, the vending machines and the Bob Box places. I don't know what that means.
What's a Bob Box?
Get to way more people for MSRP and get to introduce Pokemon to way more people. Yeah. I mean, and it's so brilliant because you just go into the grocery store. It's just like when I was a kid, we'd go into 7-Eleven to get like a Slurpee or to get something stupid. And then I'd be like, ooh, Pokemon, Mom, buy me this Pokemon pack right now. You know, so you're just walking, doing your grocery shopping. Oh, maybe I'll buy an Elite Trainer box too. Why not?
Yeah, I have seen them popping up at some gas stations. Like some AM/PMs randomly, but like way above market. Even I don't think it was like they had distribution or anything. So I've seen hanger packs at gas stations, Ace Hardware, like all these random places that they're just popping up now. So that is interesting.
Yeah. And my next question for you is, what's the best burger in California?
In-N-Out. Hands down. Hands down, not even a competition.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. Now you know what? Now I'm gonna have to go get In-N-Out after this.
I'm so jealous, man.
I live. I used to live like 2 towns over now from an In-N-Out. It's only like a 10-minute drive, but I used to live in that town with the In-N-Out. And during high school, man, In-N-Out, Dusty knows. In high school, it was like a 2-minute drive from high school. So when I got my car in high school, every lunch I was going. There was a one like 2-week period where every lunch I was going to In-N-Out. I was like scraping any change I could get, and I'm going to In-N-Out every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Top tier.
okay, hold on here. You shouldn't even be obligated to say it just because it's the best bang for your buck. It's literally like an absolutely delicious cheeseburger. Like I can't get enough of it. And I feel like here's my Canadian take. Okay.
Mhm.
I also love Chick-fil-A. Me and my wife and my best friend oftentimes drive to Seattle to get Chick-fil-A. Like we do a 14-hour day of driving just to eat some Chick-fil-A. We do it a couple times a year. If there was an In-N-Out even remotely close, I would go at least 6 times a year just to drive, pay for a hotel, and get In-N-Out. Like I would do it. It is so tasty. Now, the question is, if In-N-Out somehow managed to find its way to the city I live in, and it's never going to happen, locally owned, they don't want to expand to Canada. It's never happening. But would I love it just as much? And I think I would. It's that good.
You will, trust me.
Yeah. Right? Like
what's your go-to In-N-Out order?
just a double.
Just a double. You don't. What about animal fries?
No, I don't like the onions. So
You get no onions.
yeah, whatever.
Okay. Oh, fair enough.
Like I'll get fries too. I love the lemonade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a double with onions, animal fry, and a large Neapolitan shake when I'm feeling on the hefty side. When I want to put on some extra calories.
If I don't have anything going on, I will have the shake. But since I'm traveling when I'm eating In-N-Out, the milkshake is a terrible idea for me. So I stay away.
Yeah, no, I respect that. I feel it. Yeah, I'm close to home, so I can even I could take it home. A lot of the time. So that's the go-to play for me. Super random Dusty says, off topic, have you gents played Oblivion Remastered?
No,
I have not. I do have a friend who's been playing it and says it's really good. I've downloaded it because I have Game Pass on my PC. Haven't touched it. But the only reason I haven't touched it is because I'm just coming off of playing Avowed, which is a very similar, pretty much an Elder Scrolls game, a newer one that I actually enjoyed very thoroughly. I beat that. So that's why I haven't gone to the Oblivion Remastered yet, but it is on my list.
But you must have played Oblivion back in the day.
Yeah.
I put hundreds of hours into it. Like it's the first game that I ever 100%ed.
Oh yeah. No, I had the 360 at launch. I was a big Xbox guys. It's really unfortunate where Xbox is going. It kind of makes me sad because I've always been an Xbox guy because of Halo. Like we talked about earlier, I still am diehard Xbox. But yeah, it makes me sad just talking about it. I'm a little bit of where Xbox is currently headed and where Halo has been going. Unfortunately, if you want to get me real depressed, we can talk about the Halo show and I can cry on stream for the travesty that is the Halo show.
You know what made me so sad? Did you watch all of it, like season 2 as well?
Of course I did.
Okay, so season 2 ends right where I wanted the show to begin. And I was like, no.
Exactly. They had just follow the game, just do the games. Just do the games. And like, I'll tell you, or I'm just going to do a little bit. Sorry. This is my biggest pet peeve. It's not even that he was taken off the mask, which did bother me. I could have lived with it, right? That's the reality of TV, and I get it. Like the Mandalorian, he's taking off his mask now and everything. All I needed, though, was Steve Downs' voice when he had the mask on. Give me Master Chief's voice. Yeah. He's a god voice actor, you know, like anyways, I'm gonna lose it. But that's like my biggest gripe of many. But my biggest gripe was that like they have the voice actor with the most amazing voice with some of the most iconic lines ever, and just make him sound like that when he had the helmet on. But then he like never even had the suit on like the whole show. So stupid.
I know.
Oh,
it had such
man.
it could have been really good. Like I could have actually got on board with some of the storylines they were trying to tell, but it just never got there. And
they got too sidetracked with the random side characters, and it's like, who cares? Nobody cares about them. They didn't even make. Okay, I gotta calm down. I'm getting worked up. Yeah,
you're right.
100%.
We're all here. Like you literally have millions of people here to watch Master Chief kick some butt. I need a weapon. That's all he had to say, and I would have been like, ah! You know, like that's it. And no,
yeah. Yep, that's I could have fixed the show, and if put me in charge, it would have been at least decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are where
Eric
we are.
And David, Whataburger is not even close to In-N-Out. I'm sorry, it's not.
Yeah, In-N-Out's at the top, the tippy top. The Mount Everest is the peak of all burgers. I will die on that hill with my Charizard from Brilliant Stars being the alt art. Or the best art. That's 2 hills I will die on.
There's 2 hills. 2 hills.
Yep.
And you're on top of both of them.
I am.
Have you been watching Andor?
I'm waiting. My wife is really big on like we like to binge if we can. And she has a hard time waiting week to week. So we're waiting. We've been watching some other shows. I just got Apple, whatever it's called, Apple Plus or whatever. So we watched Severance and some other shows recently. Nice. And so we're letting that build up. But I'm a pretty decent Star Wars fan. So I'm very excited, and it's been hard for me to wait. I hate waiting. I want to watch like the second it comes out. So yeah, I'm very excited for it. Yeah. I don't mind. I Need a Weapon is not very good, but I do have the new mic. It's a little more. Okay, let's see what I can do. Give me a second. I Need a Weapon.
Oh,
it's not deep enough. It's not deep enough.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good for a first shot at it.
I Need a Weapon. I've had better ones. I gotta get my voice lower. But anyways, yeah, I like that. The mic's got that raspiness. It catches the raspiness. Nice. Yeah. So we're definitely not wrong. We're right. Sorry, Derek. 100%. Hate to break it to you.
Am I right, Marines? Sir, yes, sir. Damn right I am.
Hell yeah. All right, so this is the Halo cast now. We're gonna do a weekly podcast, Colin and I, where we just talk about Halo, or we just complain about the Halo show, and we're gonna do an episode by episode breakdown on how much they ruined it.
I'm down.
No, but seriously, I could do that. All right, talk about food. I'm down to talk about food, but if anyone has any other actual shiny cardboard related questions, now would be the time to throw them in. Anything. We were talking about the Halo show, Snack Bread, but the I Need a Weapon, obviously, from the games. Okay. Favorite Halo game?
Halo 2.
Okay.
No question.
Okay, I see it.
You?
3.
Okay.
3 for me. But 2 is like right there underneath. I went really hard into Halo 3 in high school when it came out for me, 2007. I went to the midnight launch, got it, played it, beat the campaign before school, went to school, came back, played multiplayer. I ended up going to MLG, Major League Gaming events in Anaheim. Not that I was that good for Halo, but Halo 3. Yeah. It's
also did all the midnight launches, and we had the LAN parties that night and everything. So
I love doing LANs. It takes me back. Halo 2 though, introducing dual wielding. And
just when I got into I was a fairly early adopter of Xbox Live. Like I was, I probably had an account 6 months after they launched it in Canada, and I think it was launched in Canada and the United States at the same time, if I remember correctly. So the matchmaking experience of Halo 2 of literally like not having different rooms you can join, you just click, search for matchmaking. I want to play Slayer. And 30 seconds later you're loading a game was just magnificent.
The party system that they created with Halo 2 is like what we have now. Like that was like the first game that streamlined everything, in the clan system that they had. Halo 2 was so revolutionary. I remember one of my first Halo 2 matches online ever. It was a Zanzibar CTF. I remember it very vividly. Man, yeah, Halo 2 was so good.
That's the
at
thing.
The time.
Halo 2 has the maps, like you say Zanzibar, I know exactly what you're talking about. Lockout, I can think about it. Like Ascension, I can think about it. I know where I'm going already. It's amazing. I have
favorite map.
memories of that game.
Favorite map?
Lockout by not even
Lockout.
close.
Midship.
Nice.
I'm a midship guy.
That's like totally fair.
I like playing the free for alls on midship a lot. But yeah, Lockout's obviously top tier as well. But
and
yeah,
Warlock and Sanctuary as part of the DLC were also extremely good. I don't know if you remember those ones or not.
Oh, of course.
And if you haven't heard, what am I trying to say? There's a really cool podcast about two of the lead creators of Halo 2 that they put on like a year or two ago called Halo Artifacts. If you haven't listened to it, it is like legit epic. They're going like deep into some of the blueprints of Halo and like how these things came about. I don't know if you've listened to it or not.
I did. Yes.
I thought it was
absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it. I used to watch like when they were announcing stuff, the Vidocs that they would do like weekly, like leading up to Halo 3 and stuff. I was like any behind the scenes I could get for that stuff back in the day too. Halo was everything for me. I remember in the Halo 2 days, real quick, just a quick memory. My buddy and I were just talking about this. We would go to school in junior high and we would print out our stat sheets from like whatever like crazy matches that we had, and we would bring them in and compare to school in like 7th grade or 8th grade.
100%, man.
Yeah, so those were the good old days on Bungie.net.
Yeah. Brilliant stuff.
Tristan says Fusion Strike to 1K. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Just when.
I could see, this may be a hot take, but I don't think it's going to happen, but it wouldn't shock me in the least to see every Sword and Shield booster box at 1,000.
Cool. Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like 5 to 10 years down the road, but Chilling Reign forward is going to be 1,000 plus, and it's not going to take that long, I don't think.
Yeah, so you're talking specifically most of the alternate art sets, correct?
Yeah,
or everything.
But I could see the earlier stuff hitting it at some point too. It might take a while, but people are. Yeah, I just think people love Sword and Shield era.
What's Sword and Shield base at? I haven't checked in a minute, but it wasn't it like around 400.
Yeah, that seems a little high actually, but I haven't checked in a while either. I'll look it up. 389 market price. Yeah.
Okay, so close.
And most recent sale was 400. So.
Oh, okay. Wow. That was a.
You're bang on, man. You know your markets.
That was a good guess. Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, let's see. Looks like you guys don't have that many questions, which is totally fine. We're totally chill to talk about food and Halo as much as needed. But if you guys don't have any other questions,
Snack Bread has a good one here. Well, let's compare our top 3 Scarlet and Violet. I'd like you to go first on this one.
Ooh, SV top 3. We're including specialty sets.
Sure, why not?
I'm assuming. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this would change possibly depending on if you're looking at this from a collector's standpoint or from an investing side, but so we don't have to specify, it's totally fine. Top 3 Scarlet and Violet for me. For right now, I'm gonna put 151 at the top, and then Destined Rivals. And then thirdly, there's like this is going to sound like kind of crazy. I kind of have said this before, but I I like it's just a recent thing I've been on, and so this will probably fluctuate. But like I've been really into Paradox Rift lately. I don't know why. It's just been like a little bit of like the sleeper set for me, and I like the Groudon a lot. So like for some reason I want to like do a crazy take and put Paradox at number 3 for me, which I know some people will say is absolutely crazy. So I think the third place is kind of a rotational set for me. And I totally understand people blasting me for not instantly saying Paldea or even Surging. I could see why people would say that. But for now, just for fun to shake it up, I'm going to say Paradox at number 3, just to be crazy. That's kind of where I'm at. I've been appreciating Paradox more lately.
That is very spicy, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. What about you?
Archie says top 3: Temporal Forces, Shrouded Fable, Surging Sparks. That seems almost like you're just joking.
Yeah, well,
but I like it if it's true. So I think at the end of it, we're gonna see 151, Destined Rivals, and Black Bolt, White Flare as the top 3 sets. That's my futuristic take. Currently, I would put. I'm going to base it off of how much fun I've had opening the set.
Okay.
I love 151. I love Paldea Evolved. I love Paldean Fates, and I love Twilight Masquerade, so I got to pick out of those 4. Most fun I've had opening. It's got to be 151, Paldean Fates, and Twilight Masquerade.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you pull the Greninja?
I have, yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Luckily for the Rip and Chips lately, I have pulled every top card in every set of Scarlet and Violet era.
Wow.
So
that's yeah. See, that is a really cool side of the Rip and Chip that, especially if you're running it, you get to open so many packs and pull the cards. That is so cool. Rogue says, watched today's video. No, we didn't get the drop. Not on Pokemon Center. So we don't know when, potentially tomorrow. Who knows with what Pokemon's been doing, but you didn't miss it. So I was surprised that it wasn't today. If I'm being honest, I would have lost money on that bet. But yeah, so you still got time. Stay tuned to everywhere, wherever your source of choice is. Yeah, I don't know, Colin, I don't know if you have a Discord server. I have a Discord server. If you guys want to join that, link should be in the description. I also am affiliated with PokeNotify. PokeNotify, once again, is a paid service. You do not have to use PokeNotify. Okay, there are other places to get it as well. But just if you want to join PokeNotify for whatever reason, there is a discount code in the description if you want to try it out, and it's a free 3-day trial if you're interested in taking that route. So yeah, keep that in mind. I don't know if
anyone's seen, but we'll shout out PokeNotify for a quick minute. They've got a new thing, Pokelytics, and I've been slowly checking it out. I was actually planning on spending some time with it this weekend, but it looks pretty cool. There's a lot of cool things that they're putting together for it, and that comes with your subscription to PokeNotify. So
yes, you get a tier 1 subscription. I don't know what the differences are between, there's multiple tiers, I think, of Pokelytics. So I don't know what's not included with the tier 1. I should look into that as well. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, it does seem like they're doing some really cool stuff. I'm still waiting for some of that to develop a little bit more on that side. But yeah, it does look interesting. Leaving out Prismatic. Derek says everyone leaving out Prismatic are lying to themselves. I'm not the biggest Eevee fan personally. I will say that the Roaring Moon, once again, Shinji Kanda bias, the Roaring Moon from Prismatic is chef's kiss, absolute top tier art for me. But I'm just not the biggest evolution guy, and just I don't know, just my take. Not that I don't like it, but
Derek, I probably agree with you, and I could be convinced one way or another. I think people's views are skewed a little bit because of the price point. I have said multiple times, and I still believe it. Prismatic Evolution would have been Pokemon's best set they have ever printed in the history of Pokemon had the print run been a little bit different. But so many people have not been able to get their hands on it. And the more I open of it, actually, and I'm lucky, I've got to open a decent amount. The Pokeballs and Master Ball Chase just don't do it for me. I'd rather pull illustration rares.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. So my mindset about Prismatic has changed a little bit because the Pokeball Chase and the Master Ball Chase gets a little bit boring at times for me. But 32 special illustration rares, not one of them sucks. It is a magnificent set. It really is. It's just the price point. $15 to $20 a pack is too much for your typical collector. And I think it's just really ruined it for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, it can definitely sour people on it. Yeah, brutal pull rates. Yeah, it can be rough. Agreed. Lauren Clark says, love the videos. Thank you. Lauren, thank you so much for supporting. Sorry, Lauren is somebody that I know personally. I just want to take a second. Lauren has been wanting to start streaming, doing some gaming stuff. So if anyone in the chat can give some support for Lauren to start streaming, just tell her that she can do it. So I want to see you on some streams. I want to pop into your streams, Lauren. So thank you for stopping by. It actually really means a lot, Lauren. Appreciate you. Let's see. Question: what's a better buy right now for a long-term investment, Lost Origin or Paldea Evolve / Surging Sparks? I think we know where this is going to end up for each of us.
Yeah. I'll change my answer to be more in tune with you. Paldea Evolved beats Surging Sparks for me 10 out of 10 right now just because of its age. Surging Sparks is still relatively new. And if you have the money to buy a Lost Origin booster box, I'd be parking it there. If you don't, Paldea Evolved is a really good option.
That's well said. LO all the way for me, but agreed. I like Paldea over Surging as well, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, some more support for Lauren. Appreciate it, guys. Sorry it was super random, but yeah, gotta be supportive out here. So appreciate you guys.
And Lauren, if you're still watching, I don't need to toot my own horn at all, but I made a video called Pokemon Motivation, and you should go watch it because you just need to do it. You just have to get started.
You go.
Take the one next step right now. Like, don't wait till tomorrow. Take the one next step you can right now to make it happen. That's what you have to do. Just one next step. Tomorrow, take one next step. Next day, one next step. That's all you have to do, and keep moving closer towards your goals. Don't care what other people think. Don't worry about all the consequences or all the noise that your own brain makes, because your brain is going to make a lot of noise, but you just have to focus on what is one thing that I can do right now that you can get closer to your end goal, and then do it.
Very well said. Hey, Poke Office, link in the description if you want to go check it out. It's already linked there for you. Question: have any of you used Streamloots or heard of it? I have never used or heard of it. Yeah, I'm not familiar, unfortunately. So sorry, no help. Maybe if somebody in the chat can chime in if they've used Streamloots. Paldea Evolved Booster Box or Prismatic PC ETB. Now that's that's a little more interesting. And the PC ETBs have dropped when we got that restock of PC ETBs for Prismatic. I don't know what they're down to now. Let me see if I can pull them up. But that is a lot more interesting. Let me see what the ETBs are at right now currently. I do like the PC ETBs a lot. And I want to say they were becoming more affordable. 240 currently on TCG. So they dropped quite a bit from 350 down to 240 for a PC ETB. That's a lot harder of a question. But
I'm going to answer without answering. My hesitation about Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes is that no one actually wants to open them. The only reason you open a Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box is for that promo card. But at what point does the price reach its plateau and then it's like, that's way too expensive to rip open some more packs of this set? Why would I pay that for the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box? Like, it's just a collectible item. So is there enough of them out there to please everyone who wants that as part of their sealed collection, or not? So I think they're a great investment, especially when you can get it on Pokemon Center. But buying it aftermarket, it's a scary one for me.
Yeah, totally understood there. But I like to use the comparison, and not that it's necessarily the same, but some people like Prismatic as like their favorite set. If you look at where 151 is at with PC ETBs, it's at like, I mean, they've come down a little bit recently. They're at like 430, 450 ish. They were at 480 for a while, which is, I kind of view it as like that's your ceiling currently for what a Prismatic PC ETB could do. So there is potential for them to double, at least off of that. So it's not the worst play. I don't think you can really go wrong at the current price, but yeah, there also is tax and other things to be factored in. If you're really wanting to pick one up, though, you should probably do it now. For the Prismatic PC ETB. But yeah, people aren't opening them. I'm not opening mine. They're too expensive to open, anyways. So, but yeah, people definitely collect them. So that's just kind of my take. Rogue says, let's say I have one that I'm not going to hold on to for long. Do you recommend selling the singles, or is it even a market for someone looking to collect someone else's set, selling all at once? What do we talk? Sorry, I must have missed.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about either.
Yeah, let us know what you're specify that a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, and this too. If you don't have any positions in Paldea, right? So like, keep in mind I have some Paldea booster boxes already too. So like, keep in mind that like that is maybe affecting my view a little bit, right? So my perspective as well. But I also have some Prismatic PC ETBs as well.
Snack bread, don't do it. I'd rather just send you a whole ton of packs. Don't do it.
I wouldn't. How do you feel about the promo from Destined Rivals?
Remind me what it is again.
It's the Wobbuffet.
Oh yeah, that's right. I like it. I pulled it in Japanese. It's a cool looking card. I don't know if you saw it. It was kind of through X and Instagram. Someone had like custom made that card, but put Jesse and James as the two people on it instead.
Yeah, that would have been so much better.
I know. It was actually such a good little fake of it. I loved it.
Yeah.
But no, it's a cool card. I like it quite a bit, actually.
I like the card, just not necessarily. It's a weaker promo as far as a stamped promo, specifically if we're talking about PC ETBs.
Yeah.
I do like the card. I just don't necessarily like it as the promo. I think they could have done a little bit better for that.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. What do you think of the Prismatic surprise boxes for sealed long-term hold? How many packs are in those again? Is it 5? 5 packs, and then the stamped
one, so I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the surprise box. Okay, 4. Sorry. Thank you for clarifying. 4 plus the stamped, and it's a random stamp. I don't know. I think they can do well. I think anything Prismatic on a long-term time frame will probably do well. But I'd rather, personally for me, like I'd rather open or hold a booster bundle, something else. For me personally, I don't currently have any surprise boxes. I would pick them up if they were around MSRP. Definitely would, but I don't know about the current market for them. I'm not looking to pick them up at current market.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Let's see. I think that's mostly it. As far as current questions, treat surprise boxes as an improved blister pack. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I know that those. Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, you're dead.
To me. You're banned from the chat. You're out of here. Oh man. Yeah, I know. All right, guys. I think we are nearing the 2 hour mark. And I don't want to take up, even though Colin said he was good to go for as long as possible. I don't want to take up too much more of his time. So we're gonna wrap this one up here. Huge shout out, thank you to Colin. Like I said before, his link, yes, happy to have you anytime. You're welcome to come on. His link for his channel is in the description. Go show him some love, throw him a sub, check out some of his latest videos, throw him a like, throw him a comment, tell him FaZe sent you guys. So yeah, just great, nice guy, good conversation. So I appreciate having you on. Do you have any final thoughts, anything you want to plug? He's got a rip and ship as well, obviously I forgot to mention that, but anything you want to end off here with?
I mean, we've been talking about food a little bit, so I have a really, really spicy take for you. Maybe it's not, but hot dogs and pickles belong together. It's like, so backstory.
Okay.
For whatever reason, we started talking about glizzies on my live stream. And then one night, my mom, who lives in the same complex as me, because my wife works on Thursday nights late, so my mom made me some hot dogs, and I told her, like, hey, that sounds really good, let's keep doing this. And then it turned into like this meme on my channel that I eat hot dogs every single week on Thursday nights. And so I've been trying to like come up with different ideas for hot dogs, and I've had a few good ones, but my goodness, Mango, thank you for joining and supporting Pokemon YouTubers. You are the best. Anyways, so I put pickles on a hot dog, and it was the best hot dog I've ever had. Like, maybe I was hungry that night. Maybe it was actually the best hot dog I've ever had. It was so ridiculously good.
So not relish though?
No, like legitimately just sliced dill pickles with some ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise, and some jalapeno cheese on a hot dog. Yeah, that's it.
I'm not gonna knock it until I try it.
Yeah,
but initially, it doesn't sound too good.
I would suggest everyone should try it. Mac and cheese hot dog, also delicious. If you want to figure out what hot dog I'm gonna have this Thursday, well, come join me at 4 p.m. time.
All right, so you can find the glizzy of the week. Yeah. Also, and a huge thank you to Mango for becoming a member. And thank you to everyone who watched, commented, threw in a like, everyone on it. We're going to end with the glizzy of the week, Pizza Glizzy. So that's how we're ending the stream. I did not expect it to go there with glizzy of the week, a lot of Halo talk, and so much In-N-Out. In-N-Out dog. Okay, I might have to make that. Do an animal fry dog. That's where it's at. Okay,
amazing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And with that, we are going to end it off there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, it was never a phase.